Hey everyone, I just want to let you know that after the video is over, I have a short studio chat and would love it if you'd join me. It was day 6 of our adventure along the NMBDR. We had spent that night at a home in TorC that belonged to Mike One's friends, Andy and Becca. On this morning, we were headed out from there around Elephant Butte Lake and across the area where we could see large storms the day prior. We had been cut a couple days short due to an unexpected scheduling conflict. Since this would be the last day of our adventure, we decided to end somewhere near Ruidoso, marking the completion of about 75% of the NMBDR. There, Andy could join us to spend our last night camp together.
Stand back there somewhere on El Camino Real. Stopped at a historical marker. What we learned is that the Jornada de la Muerte is actually named for one man, Bernardo Gruber. During the Inquisition, he was accused of witchcraft, and he was trying to escape along this route, and he died.
Slow down for that cattle crossing.
Thank you. Oh, look at the mountains now. Oh, this is so pretty.
Oh, wow.
We're getting into what they call the sandy area. We're getting into water here.
Oh, wow. Didn't expect that, but you can tell it rained here yesterday.
There's room to get around it.
Surfacing's very firm under it.
I agree, it's not bad at all.
Could have got some video from the front of you. There's another one up here. Oh, looks like we can easily get around this one.
Finally broke the code. Watch out for the poop here.
Long and a little deeper and maybe a little softer.
Okay, thank you.
have some barbed wire wrapped around my back wheel?
The edge of your tire caught it and spun it around, so it kicks back out. So you're clear, but it gave me a moment of, oh no.
Oh wow, I didn't even see any barbed wire.
I think it was slightly hidden under the sand until your tire hit it.
Oh, I hope I didn't get a whole flat. Boy, the skies are just crystal clear today.
Yes, they are.
All that rain really cleaned out a lot of whatever was.
Going to be on the other side of the street.
Dust Devil straight ahead, way off in the distance.
I think I petered out.
We are turning into a Valley of Fire recreation area. I'm gonna just check it out for a couple minutes. There's a large viewing area up here on the right. If you just follow it around and you'll see it.
It is believed that the Valley of Fire's Carrizozo Malpai lava flow occurred 5,000 years ago. The lava flow was from a vent in the valley floor rather than a volcano. As the lava flowed, it covered the valley floor, leaving sandstone islands called kapukas. We were standing on a kapuka. There are also collapsed bubbles, pressure ridges, lava tubes, gypsum caves, and ice caves in the area.
So we are near the finish, for us, of the NMBDR. Just departed Ruidoso where we gassed up. We're going to meet with Andy, spend the evening with him at the Bonito Lake. So right now we are still on the NMBDR, but it'll be ending here quickly, and that'll be it for us now. We officially diverted from the NMBDR at the turnoff for Nogal Canyon. I came through here last year, and this was all on fire. I wasn't allowed to come up this road. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Drive towards Bonito Lake and look for something on the side of the road as we're driving towards Bonito Lake, but don't get to Bonito Lake.
That's what I understood from you. Yes, sorry.
Gotcha. Okay. We're back on the NMBDR. Oh, wait a second. Bonito Lake and all other city property around the lake is closed until further notice.
That's just the lake property. He said the lake he thought might or might not be open because they recently drained it after the fires.
While the city of Alamogordo had closed off their areas to camping, both BLM and USFS areas remained open. While we awaited Alan's arrival, Mike and I discussed the overall trip and the day's travels. Once Alan arrived, we found a dispersed campsite past the lake and camped there on USFS property. So the trip?
Yes.
How do you feel about how the trip went?
Other than not finishing the entire route, good.
We got, what, 75%, 80% of it complete?
Yeah, for sure.
How many sections are there? 9?
There are 8 total.
There are 8 total sections. And we did 6?
Yes, we're actually on the 7th right now, sitting just off the 7th one.
Yes, that is the 7th, right over there.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't planned that way.
Mm-hmm. No.
but there it is. That's pretty cool. Today, there was some mud.
Yeah, there was some mud, some sand.
Some sand, yes. Sand didn't seem bad.
No.
I think the rain made it a lot firmer than it would be.
The morning began kind of fun on that, just kind of decent speed through the desert.
Oh yeah,
historical route.
What a good hour doing like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, and it was scenic the entire way too. It was a really pretty drive.
Yeah, and some variety in the scenery. That was very nice. Yeah. Mike, is this ready to eat?
It is ready to eat. Yep.
It smells really, really good.
Good. I'm glad.
I am looking forward to trying this.
All right. Grab a bowl and a spoon and let's dig in.
I don't think he'd serve us uncooked potatoes.
This is really good.
I've had that happen to me before, and they're tough when not cooked enough. Potatoes can be kind of a weird thing to eat. Like I'm usually not like for instance, if you didn't cook a carrot all the way through, I would never think anything about it.
You're not going to leave
warbler. Yellow rock warbler. See, there's no way that I would ever even be able to pull those differences.
You would. It's just a matter of probably using Merlot. Oh yeah, that's that match. And eventually, with time, just they get distinct. It's like a visual too. Auditorily, you can do the same thing as visual.
Is that a flicker?
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Okay. He's like, no, it's a F-150.
We almost got it all done. We know exactly where we need to start. That
Yes.
turnoff up there.
Yes.
And we'll come right back through here.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, if we start that late one day, we can camp right here again.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
I'll meet you here.
Perfect.
Okay. So I guess Mike and I are going to roll out now. But I want to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
All right.
All right.
On the road.
How about you? You going to say goodbye?
No. I know you.
Good to see you, man.
All right.
I'm gonna identify some more birds that you're gonna get jealous of.
That's fair. That's fair. Let me know
While
what they
I'm
are.
sitting here.
You stole my fire because I heard you this morning, or well, when we got here, you said, "Yeah, when I go camping by myself, I like to just be like a hobo, and that's how I am."
Yeah.
And I was gonna respond that I decided to hold it until this evening, and you've stolen my fire. I was
Which
gonna
one?
Respond that's the line I use when I forget my tent poles.
Which he has done before.
Oh, yeah.
I have done it before, yes, in New Mexico, no less, in the Gila.
Oh, you know what? We always make it though, don't we?
Hey everybody, welcome back to my studio, and I just have a few things that I wanted to talk about with you. And I got a list here, of course. Hopefully I can read the whole one. I've got my glasses here if I need them. First off, 2 mics. I'm talking about Michael's type mics. And they're both mic H, which, normally I just use people's first name and last name initial. And so just to avoid confusion, I was trying to figure out how to do that, and I said, well, I had Big Mike is obvious. He's 6'8" tall. So, but I didn't want to call the other Mike Little Mike, because that seemed insulting. The other Mike also I had met, actually I met both of them during the pandemic. I won't go into details of that, but separately during the pandemic. But I had met the Little Mike. I had met him before, so I said I'll call him Mike 1, but I don't want to call the other Mike 2 because he's not second. So we'll call him Big Mike, and that's how we came up with that. And we actually did a little, not a skit, where I talked about that and I explained exactly that. I shot that with a new GoPro Hero that I had just bought to replace the one that I lost at Death Valley during the previous trip. And the microphone audio didn't work with the what they call a media mod, and I did not realize that. And so anyway, it has no audio, and so it was useless. So I had 2 mics. I didn't have them explained exactly what was going on, why we had a mic 1 and a big mic. And so that's what this is right now. The tablet, you saw that I had a tablet go bad. I've got a replacement. I haven't even unpacked it yet. It's sitting in here, in the box that it shipped in. And so I'll take a look at that in a few days. It's I think it's a 9-inch tablet, so it's a little bit larger. I had to buy a new mount for it, so I'll have to get that all sorted out, how they fit in both the Wrangler and the Gladiator. But it is another Samsung Android tablet. It's difficult to find those little 8-inch tablets anymore. Oh yeah, the GoPros. So now I'm running 2 GoPro Hero 13s, and then I got an old GoPro Hero 2. And the Hero 13s have really fantastic video quality. They're so much better than the previous GoPros I had, especially the Hero 8. Well, I still have a Hero 8 too, but I'm not using it. It's always had horrible video quality. I hated it. I tried to do all kinds of different things to improve it, to get the colors right. It just always had very bland colors, and I don't know, I was never able to get it to work right. Both mics had really old GoPros. Before there was even a Hero 1, they just called it a GoPro Hero back then. And both of them had solid color quality. But the Hero 2s that I had, the Hero 8 that I had, the color quality on them was just always horrible. So I'm really glad that I've gotten past that pretty much. Like I said, I've got that Hero 8 still, but I'm limiting how I use that. That and the Hero 2 are the ones I put out there when I'm afraid I might damage a camera. So like when we're running over them, or I'm sticking a camera underwater or something like that, I use them for that. The next thing I want to talk about is when I made the teaser, I made sure it was a 4K render. So once I had set 4K into my video editor, when I make new renders after that, it always just uses the previous settings. For some reason, I did not catch until I was working on the day 3, the part 3 video, that somehow I had gotten it set into a just regular HD, not 4K HD. So those two videos are only in 1080p. They're not in full 4K. The ones after that, after 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, in other words, are all in 4K. I won't replace the ones that are full HD. There was mention in there about running into barbed wire in this particular one, and interesting. I didn't have a problem on the trip with the tire losing air after that. However, when I got back home, the Gladiator had been setting for a couple of days, and when I went out to drive it, the front passenger tire was down to 21 pounds, and so I put some air in it, and it was good the next morning. I thought, well, okay, this is strange, and then I drove it around for a while doing some errands, and it lost pressure again. It was down around 27, 28 pounds after a few hours of driving. So when it was parked, it wouldn't lose air. I buy the tires at no, they don't give them to me free, so this is not a sponsorship. I buy the tires at Discount Tire, just like most people do, and they have the warranty on them. So they looked at it and said, yeah, you had a small tiny pinhole in that one tire, but they got it fixed. So without having to buy a new tire, thank goodness. Actually, the tire would have been warranted, so that wouldn't have mattered. So the last thing I'd just like to mention is just a couple of things. I think I've mentioned these before. Is, I like to talk about meeting local people. That's why I mentioned a couple to them. I mentioned a couple of them through the video series here, and trying out local foods. And I tell you what, if you're passing through Cuba in Mexico, stop at that Cuban cafe and try out breakfast there. That's the only meal I've ever eaten there, because I'm always there at breakfast time. And try a meal there. It's really a nice little restaurant, and they serve some really good food. And let me mention one other restaurant. We didn't eat at it this time. We wanted to, but it happened to be closed. And that is, they have the Bigfoot restaurant there, and I think it's in Elephant Butte. It's either an Elephant Butte or TorC, Truth or Consequences. It's right there between the two of them, but I think it's actually in Elephant Butte. And their food is really outstanding. When I was there last year with my daughter, we were staying at Elephant Butte, and she had looked it up, and she says, yeah, they say we probably ought to make a reservation. And sure enough, they were packed inside. It's very small inside. They do have outdoor seating, so you might be able to be seated outdoors, but we're talking to Mexico, which is famously a lot of wind. So you're risking that there. But yeah, if you're in that area of Elephant Butte or TorC, give that Bigfoot restaurant a try. And the El Faro restaurant was also a good Mexican restaurant, but Bigfoot restaurant, their burgers there and their French fries are just, really, really good. Oh, hey, one thing I want to mention, this t-shirt here. If you're from Oklahoma and you want a t-shirt like this, I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description for this video, and you can use that link to buy the t-shirt. No, I'm not responsible for it. The guy that's responsible for it is a friend of mine, and he's the guy that's putting the Oklahoma circumnavigation route together, and so if you buy that t-shirt, you're helping him fund his, paying for his gas and stuff like that. So I'll put the link in there if you're interested in a t-shirt like this. I love this color. The byline, explore your world.